Direct and inverse variation. Direct proportions. Let us start with an example. Arun wants to purchase 2 notebooks costing rupees 20. If he wants to purchase 4 notebooks, what will be the total cost of it? It is 40 rupees. Similarly, we can say that for 6 notebooks, the cost will be 60 rupees. Observe that as the number of notebooks purchased is increasing, the cost is also increasing. Let us look at one more example. For a construction work, 20 men are required for 6 days. If the number of men are increased by 10, that is 30, then the number of days taken for the work to be completed will be 4. If the number increases to 40, then the work will be completed in 3 days. It can be seen that as the number of men are increasing, the time taken for the work has decreased. We come across many such situations in our day-to-day life where we need to see variation in one quantity bringing in variation in another quantity. Now let us learn in detail about this. Now let us go back to our first example where we see that as the number of notebooks increases, the cost of the notebooks also increases. If increase in one quantity causes increase in another quantity, or decrease in one quantity causes decrease in another quantity, then we say that both the quantities are directly proportional. In the above example, let us consider number of notebooks as X and cost of notebooks as Y. So we say that as X increases, Y also increases proportionately. Direct proportion between two quantities, say X and Y, can be indicated using this symbol of proportion. It is read as X is directly proportional to Y. What do we mean by proportionality? In other words, what is the relation between the two quantities? In other words, what is the relation between the two quantities X and Y that are in direct proportion? When we look at the table closely, we see that X over Y gives a ratio of 1 over 10, which is constant for all the cases of X over Y. By denoting the constant as K, we get this relation X over Y is equal to K. And K is called the constant of proportionality. Now let us say we want to calculate the number of notebooks to be purchased for 150 rupees. We know that the cost of notebooks is directly proportional to the number of notebooks. That is, X over Y is 1 by 10. Here we have Y is equal to 150 and we have to find X. So using the above relation, we get X over 150 is equal to 1 over 10. So we got X as 150 over 10, which is equal to 15. So 15 notebooks can be purchased for 150 rupees. Thus, the two quantities X and Y are in direct proportion of X by Y is equal to K, or X is equal to KY. Or we can say, when X and Y are in direct proportion, we can write X1 by Y1 is equal to X2 by Y2, where Y1 and Y2 are the values of Y corresponding to the values X1 and X2 of X respectively. Now observe this table. Find if X and Y are in direct proportion. If you observe X values and corresponding values of Y in the table, the ratios of X and Y are equal to 1 over 2. Thus, x and y values in the table are in direct proportion. Let us solve a problem. A building of height 16 meters casts a shadow of height 12 meters. If the height of a tree that casts a shadow of length 9 meters under similar conditions is x, then find the value of x. Let the height of the tree be x meters. Let us tabulate the given data. Note that more the height of an object, more would be the length of its shadow. Therefore, the given quantities are in direct proportion. We know that when x and y are in direct proportion, we have x1 by y1 is equal to x2 by y2. So we get value of x as 12. Therefore, the height of the tree is 12 meters. We have alternate methods to solve this problem. That is, when x1 by y1 is equal to x2 by y2, we get x1 by x2 is equal to y1 by y2. We can write it as x1 is to x2 is equal to y1 is to y2. Thus we get 16 is to x equals to 12 is to 9. On simplification, we get x is equal to 12. Let us move on to the next problem. Suppose 2 kgs of sugar contains 9 into 10 to the power 6 crystals. How many sugar crystals are there in 5 kgs of sugar? Let the number of sugar crystals in 5 kg of sugar be x. Let us tabulate the given data. Notice that as the quantity of sugar increases, the number of sugar crystals increases. Therefore, the quantities are in direct proportion. We have x1 by y1 is equal to x2 by y2. On simplification, we get x as 22.5 into 10 to the power 6. Therefore, the number of sugar crystals in 5 kgs of sugar is 22.5 into 10 to the power 6. Summary. The two quantities x and y are in direct proportion if x by y or x is equal to k into y. When x and y are in direct proportion, we have x1 over y1 is equal to x2 over y2, where y1 and y2 are values of y corresponding